5. Hey, welcome to the JaySquared Podcast. I'm Jesoma
I'm J-Rock.
again, and we have an amazing episode for you guys today. Um, or maybe it depends. Me and J-Rock are extremely exhausted. Uh, some of us are more exhausted than the other ones. As you could see, I'm in a new space. Had to go ahead and jump in the garage for this one, but we wanted to get you guys some great content. So let's see how this goes. How's your day, J-Rock? I'm gonna shift
My
this right
day?
here.
My
Well,
day's
your
good.
week,
How's your day?
your month. How's your month been? Because it's been a month since we last done a podcast.
No, I'm gonna just talk about my week.
Okay,
So I went home for Juneteenth.
fire.
Hung out with the family, watched no, actually watched just sports. Went to the beach and then came back with my dad
Mm-hmm.
and we hung out, showed him around North Carolina, and then we went to Charlotte for a Chelsea soccer game, which they weren't supposed to
Nice.
play here, but it ended up being like the matchup that they had ended up in Charlotte. So we went to go see them play in Benfica. And then for those of you who don't know, Chelsea is my favorite team of all time. Whenever they come to the States, I try to go watch them, but this was like a very much like a last minute thing. And it ended up being probably one of the craziest soccer games I've ever been to in my whole life.
Yeah, what the hell happened?
Um, so we were up 1-0 and it was like the 85th minute. So I'm like, okay, cool, we'll win this. There's 5 minutes left. Boom, we'll leave. And then in the 85th minute, the game is stopped because of a weather advisory. Mind you, the sun was out. So we're all like, what does this mean? So there was lightning within 10 miles of the stadium, so they had to stop the game. So they
I
kicked
didn't know
us out
that
of our
mattered.
seats. Yeah, yeah, it's a big deal. So they kicked us out of our seats and told us to like go into like inside of the stadium, like where they sell food and all that, the concourse, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, the weather delay ended up being almost like an hour and a half. It was in the 85th minute. There was only 5 minutes left, maybe some like additional time after. Why the fuck did we stop the game for that? A fucking waste of time. So then we come back into the stadium, and it's like 8 o'clock now. The game started at 4. Uh-huh. It's 8 o'clock. I'm pretty sure it was longer than an hour wait. It might have been like 2. We go back in, then the referee gives a foul that's not a foul ever, and Benfica gets a PK. So they tie the game. So it's 1-1. We're in extra time or additional time. Game ends 1-1. There has to be a winner, so we go to overtime or extra time. In extra time, Benfica gets a red card, so now they're playing with 10 men instead of 11. And then Chelsea come back and score 3 goals in extra time, so it ends up being 4-1. We win. We're on to the next round. We play on the 4th of July. And a game that was only supposed to be 2 hours and a half ended up being like 5-6 hours.
That's disgusting. And this is why I don't trust
Yo,
soccer. I'm kidding.
honestly, it was insane. But I'm happy I got to experience it with my dad, especially because like Chelsea's my
Yeah.
favorite team. And it was his first time in Charlotte, in that stadium. Like I had already been there for Kendrick. But it was great. Wouldn't change it. Honestly, I think it was worth it, but the referees kind of like not the referees, but whoever was in charge kind of messed it up. They should have just ended the game. There's no
Yeah, I
point.
see what you're saying. That is annoying.
But yeah, that was my little adventure. What about you?
Well, yeah, well, my mom came over to Augusta. That was pretty awesome. We got to spend some time just chilling, talking. Like it was pretty amazing. We had to go
That's
over,
good.
yeah. It was pretty great, just being able to spend time with her and stuff like that. And on her way back, it was hell because her flight got canceled. We drove 2 hours, 2 hours to Atlanta. Her flight gets
Say it with your
canceled.
chest.
And then we drive back another 2 hours. We come back the next day, 2 hours. Her flight gets delayed like 5 times, different airline. It is Spirit and Frontier. All right, I can hear you guys now. Well, why'd you? Because we're broke. All right, we're broke.
Yeah, nah. Even if you're broke, it's never worth either one of those airlines.
No, I mean we heard that Spirit was, they were doing their thing, blah blah blah, and we're like, you know what? Let's give it a shot.
From who?
Never again. No,
Who'd you hear that from?
Allison.
Wow, just throw your
I
fiance
trusted
under the
my
bus,
soulmate.
bro.
I'm sorry, I trusted my soulmate, and you asked who? I didn't want to say names, but you made me
Damn,
call
you
her
didn't
out.
have to.
You made me
No,
call her
don't
out.
don't put that on me,
That's
Allison. I didn't do
crazy.
shit.
I
I
thought
didn't
y'all were
do shit.
friends. I thought y'all liked each other. That was
Wow,
crazy. That was crazy.
wow. Don't try my bestie like that. I didn't say shit, bruh.
But it was crazy. It was pretty. It was an awesome time. Um, but yeah,
That's good.
that's pretty much what I did this whole week. My my mom and I, we found out like some secrets about ourselves throughout years like some shit that she never thought I did. That I ended, like, it was just a bunch of like revealing old memories, reminiscing about old things. It was just a pretty good time. Um, so this is the time where
That's good.
we usually do our hot take. Do you still, like, what are we doing for this one? Oh, so we kind of just
I
kind of went through it. But I do want to ask you a question.
okay.
I do want to ask you one question. Um, what do you think? All right, and I know this is a little bit off kilter, but I do like, just give me like a second of your time. What do you think about hold on. Let me see if I could find it. About wearing jerseys, cuz you were talking about concerts. I mean, sorry, talking about games.
Yeah.
Do you think wearing jerseys is the equivalent of cosplaying? It's
What?
kind of like wearing a costume, isn't it? What's the difference?
No.
When you cosplay, you're kind of like wearing, like, dressing as a character to show admiration and care for the character. What's the
Yeah,
difference
but these
between
are
that
real
and wearing?
people.
I mean, there's still like, it's a figure. It could be a person, a real person, fake. I mean, but it's still kind of like wearing a costume, isn't it?
Um, no, I don't. No.
Like, I forgot the podcast that I was listening to. I'll make sure, like, I'll tag them if anything. But there were a bunch of like, I don't know if they were college players or pro athletes that were women, and they were like, the guys were like, oh yeah, well, the women were explaining why guys who are wearing jerseys that come up to them and try to like hit on them and whatever are never taken seriously. And that's why, like, I kind of just wanted to get your 2 cents on that. They're like, we kind of feel like you admire another man way too much. And it
So it
was a
has
wild
nothing to do
conversation.
with cosplaying, and it has
No,
everything
that's
to
what they
do with
said.
just
That's
like
what
ego.
she said. She said it's kind of like you're
She
cosplaying
sounds.
another guy.
Let me not
I,
say what I want to say.
hey, whoa, these are just other athletes that are women, so I thought I would talk to a woman athlete myself to get another perspective.
Are
That's
you sure?
just me. I'm just a respectful
Are you
person
sure they're
asking a
athletes?
question. That's what they said. That's what they said. I mean, I get
Interesting.
I just wanted to know what you felt about it. Now,
I think that's a dumb take by them, but I won't say how I fully feel without, because I have to be respectful, right?
no, it's our podcast. We can say whatever we want. But all right,
Nah, it's
cool.
okay. That's
All
a
right, so
dumbass take.
there we go. There's the real J-Rock we all know and love. All right, so let's get into our sports and entertainment. The WNBA. What's going on with the
Hold up,
expansion
because
teams?
like I'm still. If you're
You're
not
still
interested
thinking
in the
about
man,
it?
just say that. If you're not interested in men, just say that. Don't
I
make
mean,
it
but
about a
okay.
jersey.
I think this is the mindset that people are coming from, because there are, like, if you are a fan of something, I can understand. Like, I guess that they could say I can understand that, but wearing their clothing and their memorabilia and stuff like that, it's I guess they feel like it would be n- you're wearing another dude's name, and like kind of
So
it is kind of cosplaying.
women also play. So like, do you not wear a women's jersey because it's another woman on your last name on your back?
I mean,
So
I
do we
guess
not
not.
dress up for concerts either? Or do we not
That's a
wear merch
see,
from concerts?
that's a
Because why
that
would I? I'm wearing a Beyonce merch shirt, so should I not wear it because it's? Yeah, no. We can move on.
that's a
That's
good
a
point.
dumbass take.
That's a good point. I mean, I guess they just feel like, yo, your admiration for this other dude is way too much.
No, I think they were just not interested in the guy, and then they used an excuse to make it seem like they were weird when at the end of the day the women were being weird.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna clip that. All right. Sports and entertainment.
I
Going
don't
into
care.
more sports. Tell me about the WNBA expansion teams. What's going on?
Okay, yeah. We'll talk about some actual good news. So obviously there's two teams coming in next year, with
Hmm.
Portland and Toronto. So that should
Fire.
that's the first part of the expansion. But yesterday the WNBA came out and said three more teams are coming out, are going to be joining and expanding. So in 2028 we'll have Cleveland, we'll have a team, 2029 Detroit, and then 2030 Philadelphia. So
What does this mean for the WNBA in general? Is this a response, like a direct response or a direct correlation to exactly the response that people are giving to the WNBA watching it?
yeah, it's a long time coming. Fans have been asking for expansions or just more teams throughout the states. I think the next big move for them should be making maybe one or two teams in the South, whether that's Charlotte bringing back the team that we had here, or somewhere else in the South. Just
Okay,
because right now, like it's very much West Coast and like, well, now the Midwest is getting a bunch of teams, but the Northeast as well. There's only like
got
two
you.
Southern teams for sure, which is Atlanta and Dallas. So maybe adding a couple more teams in the South would be helpful. Um, but this is a big deal because that means that more teams, more roster spots. I think that's the issue still with the WNBA is that they don't have enough roster spots for the current teams. And that's why a lot of people get
Oh,
waived, or cut, and that's been the big issue now because there's no sort of development. So like us who fall in love with these college players that we've been watching them for 3, 4, 5 years, they don't get that same opportunity when it comes to the WNBA. Which is why I love soccer because you have multiple opportunities in soccer to just grow and get better at the game. So I think with these teams coming in and then hopefully them expanding the rosters, I think that would be the best move for the WNBA. And also, fix the fucking schedule. There should not be 5 games on at the same time. Also, right now, so many players are in slumps because of the transition from college to the WNBA
yeah,
start. They get 2 weeks off. These people
yeah,
have been playing for months. Like, fix that shit. And also, again, like I said, we shouldn't have 5 games on at the same time. And then we have to divide and conquer and figure out which games we want to watch.
yeah,
But yeah, I think it's good news, but also there's room for improvement.
yeah. I think that's a really cool thing that they are doing. One I guess kind of diving into the idea of just expansion and, taking time off and thinking about what to do in the meantime. Where do you think Unrivaled lies in that area?
Superior.
Really?
Unrivaled is superior.
So do you think that if they had to choose, would you remove the WNBA and replace it with Unrivaled?
I think Unrivaled is a better run league because it's run by players. I
Got you.
think the way that they're marketing and using social media and sponsors is what the WNBA should be doing. Um, but I don't think it should take over the WNBA. I think it should give the WNBA enough ideas on how to move forward with it. But it also, I mean, it's not the same game like you said previously. It's 3v3, it's not 5v5. But it's another way to develop players. Like there's a bunch of players who played in Unrivaled who now in the WNBA look like different monsters.
But
And I
injuries,
enjoy
for
that.
example, I think injuries is a
Shakira
example of
Austin,
that. Yeah,
Shakira
because
Austin is a prime example of it right now. Angel Reese too.
I was one of the
There's a bunch
people
of
that remember I told you last, like I think it was like last week, 2 weeks ago, and
mhm.
she is shutting my ass up. I was saying that, you know what, I love Angel Reese. I think she's a great player, but I don't think that they're finding her game for her. But I will go on to say, like, I think the coaching changed it around a little bit. I don't think that I think she's always had the talent. I just don't think she was being coached properly. They were making her do things that were
She's still
just
not
out
being
of her.
coached properly.
I mean, but they were making her do things that, or having her do things that were out of her comfort zone or her, like, what do you think?
No. I need you to watch the games before you
No, I'm
talk,
saying, I'm
Jay.
saying, I'm saying, if you're she, do you think that she should be taking the ball up from half court?
If she can, yeah. If she could create, yeah, and she has been creating.
Okay, okay, okay.
Again,
Hey,
again.
hey, her numbers are not lying. Her numbers are not lying. She,
She's player of the
she's,
week.
yeah, she's shitting all over me, and that's what I want. Well, not in that way. That sounds
Whoa,
crazy.
pause.
That sounds crazy. No.
What type of kink is that?
So no, in my opinion, I think I would prefer this type. Maybe what she's doing is just growing in a different way. I do need to go do my research, do my due diligence, and make sure that I watch exactly what she's doing instead of commenting on what I've
Yeah.
seen before, because what I've seen before, it just wasn't being utilized. Like, she wasn't being utilized properly. But I feel like she's found a groove. Hopefully she keeps it up, because I do want her to be successful.
Yeah, no. I think she's just on a team that's going through a rebuild and a front office who sucks and a coach that is just starting to figure it out. But yeah, there's a bunch of players that played in Unrivaled that look completely different right now in the WNBA. Shakira Austin, for example, who plays for the Mystics, she's just on another level right now. Um, and then Nafisa Collier, who MVP, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. So speaking of
Okay.
that, the All Star starters were revealed yesterday as well. Yesterday was a crazy day for WNBA. There was a bunch of crazy trades, people getting cut, and then the starters dropped. Um, so it was just chaotic. As a WNBA fan yesterday, I was like, wow, I have no one to talk to about this. So, anyways, uh, the captains, this is mostly based off of fan votes, are Caitlin Clark and Nafisa Collier.
Mm-hmm.
The runaround is that people don't believe Caitlin Clark deserves to be captain. I full heartedly agree with that. I know it's a fan vote, but she's only played 9 games, guys. It's hard to put someone as a captain when they've barely played enough games this season, and that's not a shot at Caitlin. She deserves to be an all star. Um, but captain based off of fan votes is just,
The
eh.
the thing is that that's what happens when you have fan votes, though. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
it's
if
a
you
double edged
remove
sword.
if you remove the fan vote, the other captain was going to be Paige,
Yes. Okay. Yes.
and Paige is the number 1 guard.
But the thing is this: if you don't add the fan votes, then that's part of the excitement, the fans being able to control, what's going on.
They only control 50%, but that's the other part of it too. So I'll name the rest of the starters, and then I'll add
Okay.
to the drama that is happening. It's not really drama; it's just Caitlin Clark fans being Caitlin Clark fans. Um, the rest of the starters are Aaliyah Boston, Paige Beckers, Alicia Gray, Sabrina Ionescu, Neko
Hmm.
Ogume. I can't say her last name.
Wow,
But she's a goat. I mean, you should be able to say it.
that's racist.
Really? Satu Sabali, Brianna Stewart, and Asia Wilson. Um, None of these are really a surprise to me.
Hmm.
I think the people or the fans were pretty upset that Alyssa Thomas didn't make it AT, but she'll definitely be a reserve player. Obviously Angel Reese, I think
Yeah.
Skylar Diggins as well. Gabby Williams is my shout out. I think she's very underrated. Another UConn player who just flies under the radar, but has had a great season. So yeah, these are the players. And then they dropped like the rankings of like who was the number one, number two, number three, and all that combined. So fan voting, media voting, and then player voting. The number one guard was Paige Beckers. Um, Number two was Caitlin, and then I forgot who three and four were. And then for the forwards, it was Asia Wilson, Nafisa Collier, and then Brianna Stewart. So not really a surprise. But Caitlin Clark was voted ninth best guard by the players, and people are mistaking that they're saying that the players hate her, and it's not really that the players hate her. Caitlin Clark hasn't really had a good sophomore season. She's been in a slump. She's been injured, and that's been the key part. Like
Yeah.
the injuries that she's had has made have made her season pretty bad.
Part of,
But that's
I think
not a shot at Caitlin. That's just like she's not healthy.
it's not.
Y'all need
Yeah.
to chill.
I think one of the things that people need to understand as well is that part of being great and being ranked is being available. And
Hmm.
like not being available, unfortunately, that does kind of hurt where your stance is going to be,
Yeah,
because we
and
got to take it into account.
yeah, and
You
hopefully
have to
she
take time to
does.
come back and stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, hopefully she does get healthy. But I feel like she rushed the first injury that she had and got a second injury, and that's what happened.
Yeah,
But
I feel
again,
like, yeah.
like for her fans' sake, because you know who my goat is. For her
Hmm.
fans' sake, I hope she does come back and gets healthy. But we'll see.
No, I
I
mean,
will say
I
that
go ahead.
you go.
No, I was gonna say that I do think that she is great at what she does. The only person that could defeat the only person that could beat Caitlyn is Caitlyn, in my opinion, because I do think that she could be a force. She already has the wave that comes with, that's come from the prior year. I think that she does need to take those rests, those breaks, and not try to live up to the hype as much as, people want her to,
I
and
blame
just
her
play
fans
her
though.
game. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just play
Yeah,
your
it's
game, like not play
her
the game that people expect you to play. I
yeah.
don't like, in reality, when she's on, but when she's super chippy and then you see like that,
She's not
you s-
consistent.
yeah, it just doesn't, you're just like, wait, it's not like Curry where you can like, he'll have,
People need to stop comparing her to Steph Curry.
yeah,
She's not Steph Curry. She's Trey Young.
yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. But no.
That's a good example.
But yeah, Paige is the only rookie to be named an All-Star starter. So my goat bringing
No,
it in.
she's killing it. Like that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, she's gonna be Rookie of the Month and Rookie of the Year. Like for all of you people saying that she's not Rookie of the Year, open your eyes.
I think that the way that she kind of gathers herself, and you know the way she plays is very, very well rounded.
Mature.
Exactly,
She
and
doesn't
that's,
look like a rookie.
yeah, she
That's the
doesn't.
thing. She doesn't play like a rookie. She plays like a veteran.
Yeah, and she's doing all the work that she's supposed to be doing, and
Yep.
that's the point. Like when you take that time, she didn't let herself be too big for the moment. Um,
Never.
and
She's a
sh- and she
humble
and she was
queen.
patient, but the way that she plays is patient. So like um it's definitely something that I see her being.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, speaking of queens, let's talk about Beyonce because I got some beef with Beyonce. All right? America has a problem, and we know this, but she hates America. She went to London and they had like a two-story merch store before the concert. And then she goes to Paris and she brings out Miley Cyrus. And then she brings out Jay-Z to play four different songs. He played N-Words in Paris. In Paris. What the fuck? I was at the New York show. You couldn't have brought out Jay-Z at the New York show? I think I would have died. So, that happened, and now I'm well aware that for Act 3, I have to go to Paris. So, European tour is happening whenever Act 3 drops. Um, and then she comes back to the States, and mind you, she comes back to Houston, her hometown. Night 1, the car that she plays 16 carriages in that goes around the stadium, the freaking string or whatever thing is holding her up. I don't know what happened, but the whole thing was slumped. So she's leaning. She's still singing because she's a professional. And then halfway through, she's like, stop. Bring me down. This is why America has a problem. Because she comes back to the States and everything goes to shit. So now the car doesn't exist anymore. RIP the car. RIP 16 carriages. I don't know if she's playing that song ever again. The rest of the tour. But like, we can't have anything. America can't have anything right now.
This is why she didn't bring out Jay-Z and Miley Cyrus for us. Because look at how we treat her. That's why she was in fucking
What do you mean? Look at
Saudi
how we treat
Arabia.
her.
Look at how that's
That's
why
on
she was in like
production. That's
that's
not
why
on
she was
us.
like that's why she was like all in like Saudi Arabia, Dubai or whatever, like when she first came back, like floating on that thing singing, because we don't deserve that. We don't deserve that. We almost killed her here. We almost killed her.
Yo, yo. And then she comes out and she's like, I know y'all would have caught me. Hell yeah, we would have caught you. What the fuck?
I
And then
don't
she
know.
got jokes. She posted on her Instagram. Well, that's you, cause you're not in the beehive. Um, and then she posts like on Instagram the picture of her just like leaning sideways, and then she put the what was it, the Bun B song, or I forgot
Oh
the name of
yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
sitting sideways. Yeah, yeah,
These
yeah.
boys in the days. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
hmm
That's
Yeah. So
incredible.
is it Bun B or Slim Thug?
I don't remember. How am I supposed to know?
Chat, help us out.
Chat. All right. So on to other news. Rumors are swirling of recasting Jonathan Majors. I know you don't want to talk about it, but I will say
Because it's
very
not real. It's
interesting.
a rumor
But I just
from
said
a website that.
I just said rumors are swirling. I think it would be very interesting if it did happen, but I'll just leave it at that. Just to let you guys know. But if it does happen, make sure you just give J-Rock as many L's as you can for not believing it. All right.
I
I'm just
don't
joking.
care.
Just joking, just joking. Anyways, next thing is John Jones is retiring. For all you MMA fans, John Jones is considered the GOAT of MMA. Just want to give him his flowers. He's been tied up in a lot of controversy, and it turned into a question of like when to hang it up. And pretty much what happened, J-Rock, just to kind of explain it a little bit, it's kind of like if Messi was at the height of his career and he just kept winning every title and then he kind of said, "You know what? I'm done." That's pretty much what's going
Oh,
on right now in the MMA world. I got you. I
is
got
there
you.
a
I thought
reason
about it.
why?
Um,
Appreciate you.
so so he was the king of the light heavyweight division. He beat everybody. He's never lost a fight. The only professional fight he lost was because he did an illegal elbow and knocked the guy out or something like that. And he got disqualified. But it was very early in his career where people don't even acknowledge that as a loss. But
Hmm.
in the UFC, he's undefeated. Uh, and went to heavyweight. People said he couldn't go to heavyweight. He's a smart fighter. He takes his time building, bulking up, getting bigger. So he just doesn't go in there being too light, not adjusting to his power. And he ended up choking out the guy who was supposed to be the top guy. He ended up winning his next fight as well. And he pretty much got the title as a heavyweight fighter as well. Now, my theory is that to fight, you have to have a certain thing. It's not like a regular sport. You have to be wanting, and somewhere in your brain, you have to go to a place that says, I'm going to have to kill this person if it comes to it. And you don't get that in
Makes
any
sense.
other sport. Yeah, and to go there, you can't be you can't be in the middle of the game like LeBron and just be like laughing it up with Anthony Edwards. And I know as much as people want to say, man, Michael was a killer, Kobe was a killer. There's a really big difference between like being in a cage locked with a human that could actually kill you legally and just kind of get away with it. So it's a really, really tough place to be mentally. And if you're not there even a fraction, like if you're even off a little bit, it's the smartest thing is to get out of it. Or if you just are doubting it and saying, you know what, it feels good to just kind of have these millions of dollars and never have to do this again. Don't have to risk getting brain damage. Don't have to risk
Mm,
getting kicked in the
mm.
head and being like paralyzed for the rest of my life. Like I'm in a pretty good place. And like once you start feeling that way, then it turns into, yeah, I probably don't want to do this anymore. So that's my guess. That's what I'm thinking. But
Okay.
it's a really interesting thing. I wonder what happens, where the sport goes from here, and how people feel about it. So let me know what you guys think. Now, moving on to lighter news, or
Okay, hold up. I think I could say her last name. Ogumake. There we go!
all
Redemption!
right, all right, all right.
It took me a second because I had to see it in my head before I said it. Okay, cool. Sorry, I had to.
Yo,
I was like, she's a 10-time All Star, like previous MVP. Like she deserved the respect, and she's the
you felt
president of the
disrespectful.
W. Yes, yes. So I had to say it correct.
All right. Appreciate that. Appreciate
Clip
that.
that correctly.
All right. So on to some other weird news that you guys might not know about, and I'm just gonna kind of run through. Drake has new abs. A lot of people are really making fun of him. They're calling them the Big Sean
They're
abs.
not new.
No, they're new. They're new. They're brand
No,
new.
they're
Somebody
not
just
new.
really, you don't think somebody just drew them on
Yeah.
there like not too long ago? Yeah.
There's a little line in the song called Euphoria. Let your core audience stomach
Oh.
that, then tell them where you get your abs from. V12
Oh.
is a fast one.
Damn. And it's
I
funny
love
because,
Kendrick.
dude, his arms don't match his like nothing around him match. So it's like, why did you do this? And it's like you could have at least made him look a little bit like. I still
It's
think
not
that
that. You have to work out. And it's not just
yeah,
your abs. You know this. Your chest, your
yeah.
arms, like, it can't just be a abs thing.
It still feels like Big
Whatever.
Sean's are worse, definitely. But I just think it's funny how like he has uh new abs like amongst all the controversy. It's just hilarious. Well, not
Yeah.
new abs but old abs. Lil Wayne's album came out, the Carter 6. I know it came out quite a while ago, but I finally listened to it today
Why? Why? Why?
because you sent me a TikTok trashing it and I was like, is it that bad? And I had to listen to it for myself. Did you listen to
Wow,
it?
thanks for not believing me.
No, no, no. I had to listen.
No, it's
Did you
okay.
listen to it? Did you listen to it? I'm asking.
It's okay.
Did you listen to
Yeah.
it? I
Not
listened to
fully.
it. I listened to it, and if you're not a Lil Wayne fan, I could see why people didn't like it. I liked it. I did like it. I listen. It's
No.
not. It's not bad. It's not. I like the creativity. I like the direction, and
Oh yeah, you're not even okay.
the thing that I will say,
This is when
because
I say. This is when I say. Just someone doesn't listen to music.
listen, the thing that I will
Yeah,
say,
no, I'm not listening
the
to this. You can continue though.
the thing that I will say is that Lil Wayne could be repetitive, and he doesn't storytell a lot. He does a lot of, you know, pretty much lyrical gymnastics. He's very good at that, but he's stagnant at that. I will say that. But that's just his style, and that's what he's always done. So that's why. And I grew up with that Lil Wayne. Um, Mixtape, yes. Album, nah, I didn't feel it like that. But I did think it was a good. I thought the music was good. And I like the.
You're
He took a lot of.
insane.
He took a
You're
lot of creative directions. He
insane.
took a lot of creative
You're
directions, and
insane. No. No.
I'm just saying.
No.
I'm just
You're
saying.
embarrassing us right now. You're
I
embarrassing
don't care.
us.
I don't care. I don't even like us.
I care. I care.
I care. All right.
Go on.
And more in music news, Diddy's son is releasing an
This is
album
all just Soma, y'all. This is
produced
all
by
just Soma.
KKKI, produced by KK Kanye West. Um, it's just something that I thought was funny, so I thought I'd just throw it out there. So if you guys want more music, just go
No,
ahead and hit
no.
that up.
Not from him. Not from him. No.
Now, one more thing I wanted to go ahead and touch on before we went to our series
He
recap.
has more.
Real quick. I saw the Beasley versus Lance Stevenson thing. By the
Yeah, you
way,
sent me that.
yeah. I wanted to know, when is it too far? Because I can't let another man talk to me like that. Like he said, "Oh, I'm gonna make you dance. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make you get your shirt off." And then he did it. Like,
That sounds
what's
like
going on?
a
It
that sounds
was
like
very
a male thing.
no, because you're not gonna talk, like, you can't, like, I'm not gonna let you talk to me like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then we're just gonna hoop, and then I'm gonna be like, good game after you beat me.
We fighting.
Nah. All right, so let's move on to our series recap. So
hmm
we're doing this new thing that I think that would be pretty cool. The movies that we're gonna find, that we're looking forward to in this month.
hmm
So this month, I'll go first. The movies that I
Yeah.
am actually looking forward to are Superman, Fantastic Four, Megan 2, and Heads of State with John Cena and Idris Elba. If you guys haven't seen or heard about it, it will be on Amazon Prime. Uh,
Cool.
Honestly, the thing that got me into that movie, because the other ones speak for themselves. I love Megan. Superman, gotta watch it. Fantastic Four, gotta watch it. Heads of State, I didn't even think about it until I watched John Cena and Idris Elba on the Breakfast Club as an interview, like randomly. And John Cena is so funny, and he's so chill, and he's like a walking mental wealth book. Like, but like when you see him on stage, it's completely different. But then when he's talking, he's like, "Well, actually, yeah, I don't think that, the inside of you defines who you are on the outside. I think you need to like literally that tone of voice." And Idris Elba is just completely opposite. He's like, I don't give a fuck about that. Yeah, we could do this right now. Johnny boy. Like, he's like really crazy. And I'm like, I do
Mm.
want to see these two in a movie. Like, and I thought it would be the opposite. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna go ahead and watch that. What about you? What are you looking forward to in July?
Okay, there's actually a bunch of movies that I'm looking forward to this
Okay.
month, and I was kind of thinking about like how these next couple of weeks are gonna go for me to like go watch these movies. Um, but first off, Jurassic World Rebirth. If you know me, you know I love dinosaurs, and Jurassic Park is like one of my favorite. classic movies. And plus this has Scarlett Johansson and Jonathan Bailey and Mahershala. So
Every time, dude. Every
um
time.
sometimes people are just beautiful, and you know, sometimes you just gotta go watch movies with them in it. And I don't judge. So so that's
What do you think
one.
about the hold on? What do you think about the Scarlett Johansson making out with this guy thing or kissing
Jonathan
him?
Bailey.
Yeah.
I think I mean it's fine. He's gay and married, and
I
she's
mean, but
married too.
she like,
So if they're cool with it,
is
they're
it
cool with it.
okay?
That's not my business.
You're right. You're right. I was just asking what you thought about it because I mean,
I thought
is
it
it
was
okay
crazy
just
at
because you're
first because I was like, they're
yeah?
kissing a lot.
Just like, because is it okay because you're gay? I mean, I don't know. Like, does that
I
it
don't
like?
know,
I
but
don't.
hey, some friends have that type of relationship.
That's what I
So
think
I was
is
just like,
okay. I guess to each their own.
hey,
To each their
yeah,
own.
yeah, yeah. But, hey, people
Right.
live their own life.
Go on.
It's
Go
just
on.
different. Um, the next one is Sovereign, which comes out on Netflix. It's like a psychological thriller. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It has a bunch of famous people in it, but I can't really name them because I wrote too much in here.
Okay.
Um, Superman for sure. Eddington,
100%.
because Pedro Pascal. The Fantastic Four, obviously. And then the other two that I want to watch this week before I watch Jurassic Park or Jurassic World is the F1 movie. I don't really follow F1, but I've only heard good things. And then one of my friends is really into it, and he said that I should watch it. And Megan too, because I actually liked the first one after just someone told me to watch it. So props to you, homie.
I got you, man. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
Okay, go off really quickly.
All right. So, real quick, guys. I've been watching a lot of TV shows and movies and stuff like that. We haven't been able to talk about them, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you a couple of things that you guys should definitely watch or not. So Squid Game came out with their new season, with their latest season, supposedly final season. Don't know yet.
Hmm.
I watched the whole thing.
Oh, really?
Fucking fire. Fucking fire. Yeah, I binged it. I binged it with my mom. Me and my mom, we tend to watch Squid Game every time every time we're together, a new Squid Game comes out. So, I mean, we had to
Oh, that's
watch it.
cute. That's
Yeah,
me and my family with Stranger Things.
it's hilarious because it's always like, why do they have to kill each other like that? Ah, it is so, it is so, but to kill him, it's just insane.
Yeah,
And like
no.
you get angry for the people. So I mean, definitely must watch. Another must watch for me is Ironheart right now. I'm watching it only on the second episode, but I will say that
It's on
the
my list.
pacing, yeah, the pacing, the tempo, the way that it's written is the complete opposite of what they usually do with these new Marvel shows. So I'm all in for it. It's like the characters are likable. It's not cringy TikToky humor. I don't have to give passes and be like, well, you know, I'll let that go. You know, when you hear something really weird or really lame, it doesn't feel that way. It feels like a
Uh,
well written.
I did hear that there's one line on there that people are really upset about. So
Okay, well, I'll cross that bridge when I get there, but I'll see.
yeah.
Um, and and also Couples Therapy came out with a new they came out with a new
I
season.
didn't know.
Yeah, I know,
Okay.
I know. My bad. I didn't tell you.
Okay.
We recently watched
Yeah.
it. I was waiting
What
for
the
us to do a
fuck?
podcast
We
together.
started watching that together.
I know, and it's okay, guys. All right, listen. So watch Couples Therapy. You can watch it with your lover. You can watch it with your friends. It's always a good conversation. It's a great conversation. It doesn't matter because you get to see another side of whoever you hang around with or whoever. And it's always like, dude, get some chakakuchi boards and some wine and just go ahead and have at it. You're gonna have a great time. We also we also saw
Oh
Final
my god.
Destination. Final Destination
Ew. Why would you
was
watch that?
Because I watch Transformers. Like, what do you mean? I watch Transformers and Fast and Furious.
No, no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no, no,
watch
no, no.
Final
You can't.
Destination.
You can't. No, because Transformers is different. But Final Destination as a millennial, the fuck?
Yeah, I have to watch it. I have
No.
to. I don't really have a choice. But it was actually really good. I enjoyed myself. It was very they didn't take themselves too seriously, which is what I enjoy about these types of movies. But it's still very gory and scary at times and whatever it may be. I saw Straw. Guys, listen.
Yo,
I'm being honest with you. Tyler Perry just likes to watch women suffer, bro. Like that shit was crazy. Like
that movie was insane.
they had a
That movie
literal
was
moment.
insane.
Like they did the trope. They had the literal she's on her knees looking at the sky. No, bro, bro, what? Like
That
that
movie was
movie.
insane. My
It was
aunt
it
watched
was
it and
ridiculous.
she called me. She called me and she was like, "You need to watch this." I cried.
Everybody, everybody. Did you cry? Did you cry? You didn't cry. You didn't cry. Listen, I have a theory.
I kind of. I,
Everybody that cried is either an older woman or has had kids
yeah.
or a single mom. Like I like it like because I didn't cry. I was like, this is ridiculous. No, like nobody gets hated like this. Throughout this is your
Mhm.
day. This is your day. And then like it was a lot going on. So I did like it. I thought it was more funny than it was. I thought about the boss that just hated her. He was like, "It's always something with you." He's like, I can't take it seriously. So I thought it was funnier than it was, sad. And Tiana Taylor
Dramatic.
was terrible in it, and like she was
Bro,
terrible
her
in it. To be
wig.
honest with you, bro, her walk, like everything was just like, come on.
When she
Um,
smacked the guy.
yeah, I was like, nah. And dude, the way that it was also put together, I heard it was put together in like 14 days, some crazy short amount of time. And it was
That makes
written
sense.
like it was written like it was. Yeah, because there were things that were said and it's like that was not supposed to go there. Like it was a response
Mm.
to somebody saying something and it just felt like it didn't mesh. It felt like they're like, just put it in. We have a timeline. And they're like, it doesn't make sense. They're like,
Yeah.
you're fired if you don't put this in. So that's what it felt like I was watching.
I will say that I really enjoy the TikTok memes that they've dropped, especially
Yes,
like the ones
yes.
of like
Oh, gold.
have you seen the ones of like Latin families watching it and the whole like novella?
Bro,
No.
bro. I saw this
I was
one.
like,
I
yo,
saw this one.
I feel like I'm back home.
I saw this TikTok of his grandma. She's watching it, and it's like the ending with the lasers and then she's like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! They're gonna kill her! No, dude." Dude, my fiance's mom watched it, and she's like, "I
Bruh.
couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch." I was crying already. I was like, "You
I
guys,
love being
oh my god,
Latin. I love it.
oh
We're
my
so
god."
funny. We're so
Dude, it was
funny.
hilarious. And also, last one I'm gonna touch on because I mean, I haven't watched Lilo and Stitch. Did you watch it?
I did.
Oh, what did you think?
I actually really liked it. I thought it was a
Okay.
great remake. There was obviously like certain scenes that could have hit a little bit better, but the
Okay.
girl who played Lilo, top tier. She was
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, and the
Okay.
sister too. The sister played a good role. Yeah, no, I really liked it. It's probably one of my favorite remakes that they've done so far.
Wow, that's saying a lot.
Yeah,
Okay, I like that.
yeah, it was really good.
Uh,
I liked it.
I saw Women in the Yard. Um, it's a psychological thriller as well. You have
It's a
to
scary one,
like
right?
it's scary, but it has to deal a lot with mental health, depression,
Well, I did hear that.
grief.
You did tell me that. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
so definitely mentally prepare before you watch it. But definitely give it a
No,
watch.
I'm not watching it.
Oh, okay. Well, for you guys, mentally prepare before you watch it. It's definitely intense. Now, on to our special topic. This is, I always say this is a good one, but this is a different one. Uh, should you be able to take your work home with you? Should you have to take your work home with you? Is the question. What do you think?
Okay, as someone who struggles with work-life balance
Mm-hmm.
and has grown up with parents who also struggle with work-life balance, I have two takes on this.
Okay.
So I'll start with my like me being like working. I try my best to keep work at work, and when I'm home, forget about work. And I've struggled with that um for a while, just trying to find that balance because when I was in Syracuse, it felt like I just had to respond to people and just be on top of it and not really like separate that when I get home and kind of just like chill and, you know, turn my brain off. Which obviously now, which is why I'm in therapy because like I struggle with sleep, and that was a big part of like why, or is I don't know. I don't sleep, so it's part of. I feel like it's part of one of the reasons why like I haven't been able to like separate it. Now in my new job, I think I've gotten a lot better at separating it, mostly for my own mental health and, to just like rest. Because at the end of the day, it's just a job.
Yeah.
Like the issue, the email is still gonna be there tomorrow. They could wait a couple more hours, and that's been a tough adjustment for me. But I have been working on it, and I've gotten a lot better. Um, the other side to me, when it comes to like being with people who bring work home, is I don't know how to say it, but it's like the shouting, or like, let's say you had a bad day at work and then you get home and you take it out on
Yeah.
whoever's home. That
Yeah.
part is the part where I'm like, I don't want to be like that. Because I've gone through that previously with like family where they had a shit day at work, but they don't know how to verbalize that when they get home. So instead, they just take out their anger on you. And it could be like the littlest things that set them off. So I, based off of just that experience for me, like, I try not to bring work home. And I don't think it's ideal for people to bring work home, especially when you had a shit day.
Damn. That's actually really insightful. Um, I
Mm-hmm.
I I want to say I agree with you. The thing is that it would be extremely hypocritical of me to say that I don't do those things because I definitely take work home. But I'm gonna say my part, and I'm gonna ask you a question. My part is that
Okay.
I don't take work home. I just have work that starts at home, and that's my issue. Now,
Mm.
because like say for example, whenever I'm at work, whatever I'm doing there, as soon as I'm out of it, that issue is over. Like I don't take that. Like I'll get home, I don't even dwell on it. Like oh my god, I can't believe that happened. My boss got mad at me. I don't really dwell on those things. Or I don't even dwell on like oh I have to do this tomorrow. I have to like I look
Mm-hmm.
forward to it. I could look forward to it and be like, but that's tomorrow. Now my
Yeah.
issue that I deal with consistently. Oh, that is a spider. Okay. The issue
Oh
that I do
shit.
deal with consistently is that I have a business outside of my job.
Mm-hmm.
So, and my business and this even is these are my passions that like I love to
Mm-hmm.
do. And those tend to start taking a little bit of a toll on my life balance because when else am I going to find the time? So
Yeah.
I guess it's about creating that schedule. But
So I get what you're saying because I feel like it depends on the job that you have. So
Yeah.
like for me, when I was in
If your job is your
Syracuse,
passion, yeah.
I I had to, well, I didn't have to, but in that moment, I felt like I had to in order to like keep the ship floating.
Mm.
And it wasn't
So
like it just wasn't a good thing. It
it
wasn't a good
wasn't a healthy
situation.
environment for you to even want
Yeah.
to do that. Like it wasn't like, oh man, I can't wait. It was like I have to do this or everything's gonna explode.
But the thing was, things weren't going to explode in the way that
Yeah.
I thought they would because I'm obviously dramatic. I'm a Leo, guys. Like, duh. Um, so I just took it upon myself. But then later on, like obviously my old boss would get on me and be like, "Jess, everything's gonna work out. Like, just relax."
Yeah.
So yeah, it took a while, and I'm still getting better at it every day. But again, depends on your job because like if you work from home, I mean, you are taking your work home because you are home.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it's just tough, but like I agree with having a balance, whether that's a schedule or just like you shutting off that
Yeah.
part of you when you
I
get
need
home.
to learn how to do that. I really need to learn. Do you have any tips?
On turning it off?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Not really that are helpful. I think this is gonna sound bad, but I don't care as much as I did previously.
I think that's a good tip. I
Yeah.
think my therapist one time she was like, you got to remember that your job is just a means to an end, and the thing that you should be passionate
Yes.
about, yeah, it's just, your job is to support what you're passionate about. And then she gave me
Mhm.
an example that I didn't expect. She was like, for example, some people are passionate about food and their job, they do their job so they can get food in the fridge so they can go ahead and eat when they
Yeah.
get home. And
Yeah,
that's
no, I
totally
agree with what
valid.
your therapist said. Yeah, because
I think that
that's what I'm doing.
I think hustle culture is the scam. I think that's the
Mhm.
scam, to
That's
have
what
to
we've been sold
please your
on.
boss. Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
damn.
Yeah.
I
I
think this is
just
a really good topic.
yeah, I feel like if you're able to do your job, easy peasy, no issues, do it.
Mhm.
Um, I just wouldn't I'm I'm not it's not that I don't care. I just like I'm at the point in life where it's like I'm working to live the life that I
Not
want to live, to
not
enjoy the
living to
experiences
work.
that I want. Exactly. I'm
Yes.
not living to work anymore. I'm living my life by doing things that I want to do, going to concerts, going to sporting events, going to the movies, hanging out with friends, visiting friends, traveling, door dashing as much as I can, buying sneakers as much as I
Fire.
can, buying Paige Becker's fan club stuff as much as I can, all of it. Listening to music, like, yeah. But I feel like once you find what you're passionate about, I think that balance could swerve into whatever you want it to be.
I don't think you I don't think you know how much you helped me with that. I appreciate it.
Of course.
All right. I think we did it. I mean, that was pretty that was a lot, but we had a lot to
Yeah, that
say.
was emotional-ish.
It was, and it left me on a good note. It was pretty dope.
That's good.
Definitely want to go ahead and say thank you guys for being patient with us. Thank you guys for watching us, through this journey. Definitely gonna have a few surprises in the works. So you guys just stay tuned. Just stay tuned and just sit with us for a bit. But again, thank you guys so much for being a part of us. We love you guys. We're gonna be doing some more things. I say it all the time. I'm gonna try to stop saying it as much and just doing them. But for the
More
most part,
surprises.
more surprises coming soon. And this has been the J Square Podcast. Peace.